All right, Michael Bisping here with BT Sport with the champ, Tyson Fury. Tyson, of course, we're here for the big press conference with Deontay Wilder. You haven't came face to face with this man for a while. Yeah. What are you expecting when we go out there?
I'm expecting him to answer a few of my questions, a few of these excuses that the world want to know about, and we'll see what he's made of, if he's got any substance or what.
Well, you just mentioned it there, excuses.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of them after that last fight. I mean, the cornerman throwing in the towel, the gloves. I mean, you name it, there was many of them. What do you think of that?
I think when you've been undefeated for a long time, like Wilder was, you need to justify a reason why you lost. So I don't think he could come up with one reason why he lost, he'd come up with 20. Sure. So sometimes, mentally, emotionally, they have to say all these things to vindicate why they've lost a fight. Yeah. It can't just be I've lost to a better man on the night, fair play, get you next time, mush.
Sure.
It'll just be like, oh my God, he had moon boots on. This guy, he had a crossbow in his fists.
You're absolutely right though, because fighters, we kind of need that denial. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, it's hard for a fighter to just say, okay, he was the better man. However, you do learn from your mistakes or from your losses. That's what they say, right? You're yet to lose. But of course, you know, I was a fighter, I lost, I learned from my losses. What are you expecting different from Deontay this time?
I don't know, you know, it's heavyweight boxing and, you know, it's different to any other weight or any other sport. It's a unique division because you can be a mile ahead on points or smashing somebody to pieces and then bang, you get knocked spark out, won it. So, you know, I never underestimate anybody. I've been in this game too long to underestimate people. I've been wrote off my whole life and I'm still yet to lose a fight. So I'm training hard and I'll dedicate myself as much for this fight as I would have done the fight before. I can't physically, mentally or emotionally do anything more than I'm doing. I'm being trained like $100 million racehorse. I'm being fed on the best. I'm training with the best. I'm doing the best things. I'm injury prevention, everything, stretching, whatever you can think of that a highly tuned fighting man would do. Well, that's what I've been doing. So yeah. I don't have excuses. I don't make excuses as a man. Like if I do something that I shouldn't do, I'll hold my hands up and say, you know what? I've done something that I shouldn't do there. Sorry, mate, or whatever. And as humans, we tend to do things. If we do something wrong, we try and put it right. So, but, you know, everyone has their own mechanism of dealing with adversary. So maybe Deontay Wilder needs to kid himself in his own mind. Whatever has happened for this why reason, and you know maybe he can come in and do something different. Well, I don't really care what he does, to be fair. I'm there to do a fight and go home.
Well, obviously the last time you went in there with him, he did nothing wrong. It was a perfect performance. You put it on him from start to finish, and he needs to make some changes. Obviously, we know he's got big power. You know, he's got that big right hand. Are you expecting him? He's got new coaches as well. What are you expecting different out of him this time? Well, he's got to move more, he's got to go on the attack. There's a lot of things he needs to do differently. But do you think he'll actually do that?
Well, the only thing that I'm expecting from him, and this is a personal opinion, is I expect him to get knocked out quicker this time. That's the truth. Yeah. Because training with a guy now who's got him throwing combination punches and rolling down and all that. Heavyweight division, you don't do that. Because when you sit in the pocket and you throw more than 2 punches at once, you throw 5, 6 punches, what's going to happen? Am I just going to go, all right, finish your job, and then I'll let you back afterwards? I'm going to go bang halfway in between. And before that wasn't possible because he was throwing like 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 max, and he'd be away. But this time, if he's going to sit in the pocket and throw 4, 5, 6 punches, well, I'm going to clip him proper, and he's going to go to sleep. And I see him bending down a lot as well, so hit him as well when he does that.
Obviously, there was the Anthony Joshua fight on the table, and then this, you know, the American judge came in and ruled this fight had to happen. Yeah. He was offered, by all accounts, a large amount of money to step aside, but he didn't take that. Do you respect him for doing that?
He didn't. He asked me for $20 million, and I say I don't pay people to step aside. I pay him in arse kickings. And that was the truth.
Yeah, okay.
They asked for $20 million to step aside. $20 million to step aside. I said, I won't give you 20 grand, you piece of I'll smash your teeth in. And that's the truth. I won't give him £1 million to step aside because I'd rather give him a good hiding, put him into retirement.
So I'm assuming you think you're going to go out there, get the finish, Anthony Joshua later this year or early next year?
Whoever they put in front of me, I'm going to do my job and what I get paid to do. And that's seek and destroy.
Joshua thinks that fight's not going to happen. That's what he said earlier this week.
What Joshua thinks, to be honest. He's a piece of too.
Is that just
and
because...
he's going to get a good hiding when I meet him and all.
Is that just because you've got to focus on this fight and you can't look past him, or is it simply because...
Their opinions don't mean anything to me. You know, when they fight these people, I see what they've got to say afterwards. Deontay Wilder, Klitschko, all these people, they had a lot to say before on what they were going to do to me and what they wasn't. Then after the fight, they always make excuses, or they always have a problem, or something wasn't right. So I expect them all to be the same, fall into category. Me, as a man and as a fighting man, I go in there and I do my job and I train hard and I give it everything when I go in there. It's either you or me. It's pretty easy to beat me. I've told everyone how to beat me. Hit me hard, knock me spark out. But if you can't do that, which they can't, then I'm going to hunt them down until I get you. And it's simple. There's only 2 men in the ring. It's not 10 on 1. It's not hard to just go and hit somebody in the face and hurt them. That's what they're getting paid to do. So these men, they've obviously got a problem. So hopefully Deontay Wilder can come and give me a decent fight this time, because the last time it wasn't. It was playtime. But the only thing I can concentrate on, the motivation for this fight, is deal with him properly this time, so he don't want to come back for a third time. I cracked his skull last time, done his shoulder, tore his bicep. So I'm hoping to double up on all them injuries.
Obviously, I'm assuming, well, you're probably going to go out there and knock this guy out again. But let's just say the unthinkable happens. What are we looking at? Wilder Fury 4?
Oh, I don't know. Let's just say, I did see a poster recently, like Wilder Fury 72. We're all like 62 years old, aren't we?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't mind fighting. Listen, it's good. It's all good fun and games. Me and Wilder made a lot of money out of each other, so there's no hard feelings, really.
No, of course.
He's made a lot of money off me, and I've done the same with him, so I don't hate the guy. It is what it is. It's
business.
It's business, like you say. We're there to put on a fight, entertain the fans, and it's the first trilogy in like 20 years or something since Holyfield Bow.
Well, talking of business and another business, UFC, mixed martial arts, the MMA community kind of went crazy recently when they saw you training with Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I was down in Miami and I got a message from Nick saying, oh, do you want to do some training? I said, yeah, sure, let's meet up and do some training. So we met up and we done a bit of wrestling and a bit of boxing and stuff, and it was good. We put about 2-3 hours in the gym. Nice guy, just quiet, down to earth type of fella. And that was it. I was supposed to do a bit of training with Masvidal while I was down there as well, but I think he went to like Puerto Rico or something, and he missed the plane back or something. So that was that.
Is that something you think you'd contemplate one day? When you're done with boxing, obviously there's Ngannou out there. I know you two had a couple of things to say on Twitter or whatever. But is that something that you'd like to tick off the box one day?
What, me going into an MMA fight?
Yeah, potentially.
No.
Or just a crossover fight with one of those guys.
I'd fight one of those guys. I'd fight Ngannou with the little gloves on in a cage, but no like grappling and all that.
So
just
cage
like
boxing.
Cage boxing with a small gloves on. I've
done a bit of that myself back in the day. Yeah, cage kickboxing. Same thing.
Same kind of thing.
Same thing.
I fight these guys, but you know yourself, it's like cricket and tennis. They both got bats or rackets, but it's a totally different thing.
People don't understand that. They are totally different sports.
If I fight Ngannou in a wrestling match, I'm not a wrestler, so I'm just going to get tucked down to the floor like James Toney and smashed to pieces.
Well, I've got to watch my words here, but neither does Francis Ngannou. He can't wrestle to save his life.
He knows more than me anyway.
You're right. No, you're right. He's got a background.
In a boxing fight, it's the same with me and him.
Sure.
It's like,
yeah, of course.
But if you get sort of like a cross in the middle somewhere where you got the small gloves on in a cage, I don't know what that even means, but anyway, we're going to bang it out.
Yeah.
I think the only exciting thing about the UFC is when they stand up and banging it with each other.
Yeah.
Like when they're having it, bang, kick, punch, elbow, punch. How's he winning the fight?
It's actually very interesting once you start to understand it, but you do have to apply a little time to understand the jiu-jitsu and the grappling side of things.
I understand it's all hard work and all that, but the only time for me, when the fans get excited, is when they're banging it and kicking and punching and having it on with each other.
Well,
someone gets knocked out, don't they?
Everyone likes that. Obviously, we've got a big fight with Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor coming up. Yeah. I'm sure you've been keeping an eye on that. What do you think going into that one?
Well, it's Conor McGregor's final roll of the dice. If he loses this one, it's curtains, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't say curtains, but it's not good for the brand, the stock, all the rest of it.
I think he wins this fight. I think he wins it in style as well, to be fair. With Conor, you never know what he's been doing. You never know like what he's been up to in training camps and all that.
Yeah.
From what I hear, he lives like a rock star while he's like a week away from his fight.
Yeah, sure.
So you can't do that. Like when I'm in a training camp, I'm 100% dedicated to the fight. Like I don't do anything. I go to bed early. I wake up early. I don't drink anything but water. It's like I dedicate 100% to the job in hand. But if I was going out and getting smashed the night before a fight, then I'm asking to lose.
Well, it's like Evander Holyfield. Was it Evander Holyfield? It's hard to get out of bed at 6 a.m. and run when you're sleeping in silk sheets. What about you? I mean, obviously you're tremendously successful now.
Yes.
Has that, you know, I mean, because that's what people say about Conor, right? Because he's got 100, if not billions of dollars now, right? The man's insanely wealthy. So the motivation might not be there. For you, I would assume it's not about the money. It's about beating this man with the loudmouth that's talking, that's taken away from your 2 victories, you know. But am I correct in saying that?
For me, it's a bit different for me. In my culture, it's a cultural thing that we fight. Like, okay, we all want money to live and we all want to buy nice things and buy our kids things and whatever, yeah. But like, I'm not in this game for money. I mean, I've made a lot of money in my career. Like, I couldn't spend what I've earned in 10 lifetimes. Yeah. But like, just living like a normal person, like, I couldn't spend the money I've earned. So if I never earned another 10p in my full career, I'm happy. Sure. So it's not about money. Without this fight game, and this is speaking from the heart, I don't have anything else. This is me. This is my heart and soul in this game. And that's why I've turned my career around and I live like a proper athlete now, where before I was just like drinking and not training right and ballooning up in between fights. Like, I go from 18 stone to 25 stone every time. But now,
I used to fall into the trap myself.
Yeah, it's difficult. You know what it's like. But now it's like I've dedicated myself because I want to prolong my career. Because I know without this, I'm a lost soul. And I don't know, I'm afraid of what happens when it goes. Because for me, it's not about anything, not about the glory, belts, unifications, all that I'm not interested in. I love to go in the gym, train, I love to spar, or I love going in there, and I love the real thing. I love like the fact that I'm going to fight a man one-on-one who's trained and he's trying to kill me and I'm trying to smash his face in. And the feeling you get when you do that. I don't have any other hobbies, I've no interest in nothing else. I can honestly say, I've got zero interest in anything apart from what I do. So it's my job and it's my hobby as well.
Well, it's that single-minded obsession that makes you so successful, because I was the same way. Obviously, a lot of people here, but I don't see your old man. I'm here with BT Sport. Obviously, there was that interview. I'm sure you saw it. Yeah. He was worried that you might come into this one a little complacent. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? My old man used to stick... Oh, sorry, pardon my language. Used to stick his nose in all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, so, isn't it?
It is, Dad.
If your dad don't care about you fighting,
of course,
he obviously doesn't care about if you get knocked out or whatever. But for me, Dad, he's not making any money out of this. It's not his job. It's his son, you know. Yeah. So he wants to see me get fair play, and he wants all this. My dad's a conspiracy person, like, so whatever happens, there's a conspiracy behind it.
Sure.
So my dad thinks this is all a big fix to get me back over here and fight Deontay Wilder and all this job. But I've never proved my dad wrong, actually. Maybe he's right. I don't know. So maybe my dad is right. Maybe he's his experience and he's 50-odd-year-old and lived more life than I have. So you never can say. But the one thing I can say is, none of these people, apart from my brothers here, these people are all here doing the job. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Where my dad, it's his life, it's his son, it's his blood.
Of course.
So he only wants the best for me. So it is what it is. My dad's, he's obviously concerned. He knows how good of a fighter Deontay Wilder is. And he's seen like Instagram clips and stuff of me on boats and planes and partying and all that. So he's like,
it's easy to form the wrong impression. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And like an Instagram post, it can tell a million different stories.
Well, it's all nonsense anyway, isn't it? It's all putting your best life forward. You're not showing you getting your ass kicked on a daily basis, climbing out of bed, aching head to toe.
Busted.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can understand where my dad, but I have told him, look, I'm in training, I'm properly training. I know it looks what it looks like on whatever, but I am in serious camp and I'm putting everything into it, and that's it. And with my dad, he's very protective over me, like a child, you know what I mean? So even though I'm heavyweight champion of the world, he still sees that 14-year-old in the gym in Winshaw.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Obviously, I'm assuming it's going to be a knockout, but can we get an official prediction?
Well, I took him out 7 rounds last time, and I'd only just learnt my job there, really. I changed styles from being an elusive boxer to an aggressive puncher. And now, let's just say, I've been working on that for the last 18 months. I've been in camp with Sugar now like 5 times in a row, and we're really working on taking him out nice and quickly.
And then lastly, got a message for the UK fans back home?
The message is, I do what I always do, and I give my best, as we all know. I fight with my heart on my sleeve, and I hope to do everybody proud. And I'll see you all in Vegas if we can fly. If Boris opens the borders up.
Can't say fairer than that, Tyson.
All the best.
All the best. Pleasure.